Dr. Aruna Kulatunga, political analyst and former advisor to the Ministry of Primary Industries, is currently live with us. Sir, the kind of anger that we're seeing on the streets of Colombo at the moment, with people spilling out, storming the presidential palace, those images are absolutely incredible. Clearly, sir, the people have had enough. They want Gotabaya Rajapaksa out.
Agreed. They want him out. And it is quite possible that by the end of the day, President Rajapaksa would have resigned his post.
You are, of course, saying that it is possible, given that the president so far in as many months, sir, has been absolutely defiant. This is not the first time that the protesters have called for his resignation. Gota, go back is a chant which has been reverberating in Sri Lanka for months right now. It was Mahinda Rajapaksa who stepped down, Basal Rajapaksa who stepped down, but Gotabaya Rajapaksa stayed on in his office, and even now, there seems to be no word from him. He's fled the presidential palace, but we don't know his whereabouts, and there seems to be no word from him. So you're absolutely certain that he will today, under pressure, step down?
Let me explain what the situation is.
Right.
There's a constitutional issue. So the issue really is, when he leaves, what happens next. So up to today, there was no clarity in how we can manage that and how we can arrange that. So today I believe he has agreed, and this is somewhat unofficial, but I understand that he has agreed with Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe that whatever the decision that will be coming out of the all-party leaders conference, that in fact is going to take place in about half an hour's time from now, that he will abide by that decision. Now this also comes in the background of a number of very senior members of his own party sending him a letter as of his last evening that he should leave. So I believe the tipping point came today. If he was defiant and he was going to stay on, he would have not left the president's house. There was ample security measures that were in place which could have prevented the people from coming in. But in fact the army was given the order to withdraw, and the army withdrew. So there was no clashes as such. The people simply walked in without too much of resistance. There was some shooting reported, but I believe this is some of the police shooting in the air to basically defend themselves from the crowd that was pressing forward. Now, what next is the biggest question, because there's, if Gotabaya goes home, wherever that is, and the Prime Minister is also being forced to leave, there's going to be a power vacuum, and this is what we have seen in some other countries like Libya or Lebanon, for example. And as Sri Lankans, we don't want to see that happening here. We don't want anarchy to be taking place in this country. This is a country which has had democratic history. In fact, our parliamentary history is longer than India, and we are one of the longest parliamentary democracies in the world, if not just in Asia. So therefore we have to have some kind of peaceful closure to what is going on, and I believe that is being worked on now, and that will be constitutionally done rather than done extra constitutionally.
Okay, so you're saying that there is a possibility that he could still resign, because you're hearing reports that he's communicated to the Prime Minister's office that in fact he will respect any decision that is taken at the party leaders meeting. Though of course, so I was of course speaking to someone in Sri Lanka, and a journalist said that they've spoken to the Prime Minister's office, and that was not officially released by the Prime Minister's office, so there's no clarity about that, in fact, about
it
whether...
official release. You're absolutely right, there's no official release on that. It is just that what we are getting from sources inside the Prime Minister's office.
Right.